Good evening, morning, or whatever time it is for you at this moment. Today I will be discussing the concept and studies of conformity. Before we start, this is my first time ever trying to make a video essay, so feedback is greatly appreciated. For now, please sit back, relax, get snacks, sleep, and/or just enjoy some Sky gameplay in the background. I'm sure at this point some of you are wondering what even is conformity. Well, conformity, in short, is a natural behavior, often characterized by changing how you act or what you do to fit in. Most people participate in this without even noticing, but it's something that we should acknowledge. You probably already know what conformity means or the general idea of it, but the effects it has on us and society as a whole aren't very publicly discussed or noticed. In social situations, conforming is seen everywhere, like in classrooms. Say you know the answer to a math problem, but nobody else raises their hand, or they do and say the wrong answer. You think you'd act independently until you are put in that situation. If you were actually in that place, you may find yourself not raising your hand or agreeing with the wrong answer, even if you know that you're right. You may even second-guess your own skills if someone answers differently. Many tests have been run to understand and study this exact behavior, like the Ash conformity test. In this test, people all around the same age were pulled into a room. They had to determine and answer out loud which lines were the same length. During this test, everyone except one person were in on it. The people in on this would be told to answer wrong or write to see how the subject in the test answered. Typically, the subject would answer the same as the others in the room, whether they were right or wrong. This is due to our fear of being ridiculed. If we are wrong, people will shun us. The fear of that causes us to conform. Acknowledging how we conform in modern-day society is necessary, since the behavior itself can lead to the endangerment of ourselves and others. Thinking on it briefly, we often believe we don't conform. We are true to ourselves, but in reality, we all behave this way. Falling into social norms by trying to act like others can cause you to think that your natural self is wrong, when that's just not true. Everyone may blend in, but we all have hobbies or traits that others deem as unnatural or unacceptable. This can be extremely harmful, since the people that often don't conform tend to be bullied, labeled as weird. Additionally, people who don't fit into social norms tend to be neurodivergent, leading to an ableist stereotype against people that society deems wrong when it's not. Their fault? They may lack social awareness or appreciate who they really are. There's nothing wrong with not conforming. It's more a sign of independence and strength. People who don't conform and refuse to change for society are the ones who are true to themselves. As a society, it's extremely important that we all learn respect and independence. Otherwise, we may fall apart. We must acknowledge the impacts of conformity and understand that people can be and always will be different from us, and it's perfectly okay. Although we should push against conformity, it can save our lives. In dangerous situations, we may participate in what's known as herd behavior. It's typically seen in animals, which may stay in herds for safety. Under stress or when we panic, we follow other people, especially if they know how to get out of danger. When we get overwhelmed, we tend to act on impulse, which can lead to wrong decisions. So relying on others when it's not safe to do your own thing, or you aren't sure what to do, can save your life, but it does have its obvious downsides. When we are in danger, we lose our sense of individual reasoning, so we can't think ourselves if what we are doing is good or bad. Another example is with bullying. Although we shouldn't conform for others, and people shouldn't bully, conforming can avoid harassment and years of pain by people who refuse to understand. Although it sucks, sometimes it's the safer thing to do, otherwise other people may harm us. I've already mentioned bits of why conformity is bad, but there's a lot more to it. Studies have been performed regarding obedience, which shows how people act when they're given a task. In the article I had read, people were given the task to electrocute another person. In this test, 65% of people were shown to continue electrocuting the other person even after hearing them cry out in pain, at the full voltage too, just because they were told to. A response like this is obedience, which ties straight back to conformity, showing that we will listen to others even if it hurts someone, which is negative for both parties. Another example returns us to bullying. In schools, there's a social hierarchy. Students at the top are shown to be much more violent, which is the source of bullying, whilst people at the bottom of the social hierarchy were shown to be significantly less violent. Students that are more aggressive towards peers participate in bullying because the behavior is enabled. Other people want to be popular, so they side with the assailant, or don't want to get involved via protecting the victim, which encourages harmful behavior. I highly doubt this video will make a mark, but if you're watching this, before you act, please think about why you're doing what you're doing. Do it for you and for supporting yourself, not the idea people have of you, not what society thinks of you. You need to bring out the best in yourself and others, and a good start is being the person to stand out. Don't let bullying tear you down when you're simply expressing who you naturally are. And if you are a bully, please sit and think about the effect it has on other people. Acknowledge the fact that your actions may lead to something much worse than intended and can have severe, life-changing consequences. At the end of the day, we are all human, and we need to support each other. Thank you for listening to me. Ollie out.